Your host is a dating strategist on how to find love. Her book, D is for Dating, column on JDate, and many TV appearances have helped hundreds of daters make a match. Whether you're single, married, dating, or anything in between, get ready for a conscious conversation about love in the modern world. Get ready for Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D.
Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D is brought to you in part by the Cool Change Foundation, a nonprofit corporation dedicated to carrying a message of recovery, positive evolution, motivation, and life enhancement so that you can help yourself to a better tomorrow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D, where we take a modern approach to dating and relationships. We're your place to get helpful advice and tips, whether you're in a relationship right now or you're looking to find one. My name's Damona Hoffman, but I also go by Dear Mrs. D, and I'm here to address your deepest dating questions and give you the right relationship advice for your situation. So today, we're discussing first impressions and how to put your best foot forward on a date. Our guests for today are Lori Ann Robinson. She's the founder of LAR Consultants, a personal image and branding company, and later Adele Tistani, the co-founder and director of Hurry Date, a leading speed dating company. Thanks to all of you for joining us on coolchangeradio.com, facebook.com, and Dear Mrs. D, and also those of you joining us on Blog Talk Radio. You can always catch our recent shows on all those sites, plus get free dating tips and watch clips of Dear Mrs. D's other recent appearances at youtube.com/Dear Mrs. D. At the end of the show today, we're having a special show. We're going to open up the lines for your questions. So you can actually post your questions now on live stream chat, and we'll get to them at the end of the show, or on facebook.com/Dear Mrs. D. That's the dating expert Dear Mrs. D's Facebook page. So stay tuned and get your questions answered. Well, joining us now is Lori Ann Robinson. She's an image and personal branding consultant. She's been Emmy nominated 4 times for costume design. She's appeared on TV numerous times on The View, on Soap Talk, Pure Oxygen, Career Day, and E, just to name a few. Her style tips and image advice have graced such publications as Men's Health, the Los Angeles Times, and the Chicago Tribune. She's also a frequent contributor to YourTango.com and also a board member of the Fashion Group International in Los Angeles. Lori Ann has worldwide clients consisting of professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, and entertainment industry professionals, and also yours truly, if I do say so myself, if you like my look. You have Lori Ann Robinson to thank for it. So joining us now here on Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D on Cool Change Radio and TV, this is Lori Ann Robinson. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Damona. I am so thrilled to be here today.
Thank you for coming. So I'm sure there are a lot of women, maybe also men, who are really jealous of you because they're thinking, like, she gets to spend all of her days just shopping. Is that true? Is that what you do?
A lot of my time is spent shopping with my clients and helping them put their wardrobes together. So, shopping is my life. And I do it for my recreation, too. Not only is it my job, but I love shopping that much that on my off time I do it. But I also help with going through the closet and making decisions to keep or not to keep, and also do coaching, helping people if they need communication skills and business etiquette skills, and helping them through presentation skills if they need, if something big's coming up in their work life. So it runs the gamut. I go all over the board. I have many different facets to my business.
So how did you get started doing image branding and consulting, coming from working in the entertainment business? I know that's where you got your start. Tell me about the beginnings of that and that transition into what you do now.
That transition was just really interesting because this field I had not investigated before, or really I did not know too much about the image consulting field back when I was working in the entertainment industry. And as you know, we get so caught up in a bubble being in the entertainment industry, we tend to know just what's going on there. So when I came across this industry, image consulting, I thought, now that is perfect for me. And it was time to move away from entertainment, and I wanted to start my own business. That was a dream of mine, to have my own business, be my own boss, my own hours, all of that, and have that entrepreneurial spirit. And came across this business and just plowed straight ahead, got additional training, and went right into it.
And you work with people not just in Los Angeles where you're based, but you were saying you have clients in Buffalo and really all over the country.
I have all over the country. I have Switzerland. I have Italy. They'll fly in and work with me if they're doing business trips. They'll come in and see me, and then all over the U.S. And also I do a lot of consulting with virtual consulting. Now we have Skype, so I'm able to do that work also through the internet.
Great. Skype has just changed everything.
I know, hasn't it? It's
so
amazing.
We're talking about first impressions today. Is there like a number one rule when it comes to making a lasting first impression that you should keep in mind? Say you're meeting somebody on a date. Is there something that you should always keep in mind, or are the rules always different?
I think that one of the biggest things you can do is smile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're coming towards that person or that table or wherever, you know, the situation may be, or if they're seated, you've got to smile.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to look like you're happy to be there. You know, you could have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You could have had a terrible day at work. Don't bring it to the date.
Oh, yeah.
You know, change that up really, really fast. You've got to be a magician in that respect. And you have to look your best. It matters. You know, this is a very visual society that we live in. Mm-hmm. And people make those lasting judgments about you in less than 7 seconds. And that goes for not only dating, but in the business world, too. And they're going to decide whether or not, yes, I want to, or no, I don't want to. You really spend a lot of time with this person. And it's a lot of it is built on that visual.
What do you think most people notice first on a date? Is there something physically or something about your essence that you think always is the first thing?
I think clothing. I think people, especially women, notice clothing, and they notice the way a man is groomed and put together. And women are detail-oriented. We see it head to toe. Yeah. We look at those shoes all the way from their shoes to the top of their head. We see it all. And
I'm laughing because I have to share this story with you from my personal life. So when I first met my husband, you know, we met online on a sort of blind date, and he walked in and he had a little sweater vest and he had his button-down shirt. He looked really put together. I mean, he almost looked a little too put together. I was like, wow, he really dresses well. On the second date, he was dressed to the nines again. And then, the third date, still okay. Fourth date, I was like, what are those jeans? Fifth date, I was like, that shirt has some holes in it. And I was like, I asked him what happened, because I saw your
transgression
transform. Yes. And he said, at that time, he didn't know how to put outfits together, and he didn't have a lot of money. So he would go into the store, and he would just say, give me that's on the mannequin.
Oh, isn't that funny?
Isn't it?
Oh, my God, that's
So
funny.
he'd kind of run out of outfits because he only knew how to put it together. So what would you say to a guy like that? Because, I have a lot of male clients that just putting together an outfit, they just don't know. How do you help them mix and match?
It is a talent that you need to, really delve into and work that talent and develop that talent to put the outfits together. Going into a store and looking at mannequins is a good way for guys are visual, to look and see, or looking in magazines and looking at outfits on television. That's usually not the first thing they're going to be doing. And if that all just really escapes them, if they're still extremely confused, then they need to hire a professional to help them and put things together so that they will have great looking outfits that will all mix and match together. And there are many men out there that are colorblind too.
Sure.
And so that
Good
becomes,
point.
And I've worked with clients in that respect, so you have to maybe number things, number clothing, so that they will know which goes with what outfits, work together and pieces that work with one another.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that. That's a good suggestion. So are there things that you never, ever want to wear on a date? What things do men and women need to be conscious of when they're preparing for a first date?
Men need to not wear T-shirts with slogans on them, especially if it's something that is a little off color. No, that's going to instantly send a vibe and a message to the female. That's not a good look. Sloppy clothes, again, like you were saying with your husband, clothes with holes in them, stains in them. You want to avoid that. Wrinkled clothing, make sure you have pressed clothing.
Sure.
Nothing too baggy. Have your items that fit you well.
Right. But you also have to dress appropriately for the date, too.
Yes, think about where you're going.
Yeah, you don't want to show up in heels and you're about to go on a hike.
No, you don't. And I said, be a Girl Scout. Ask questions. Find out where you're going. I know a lot of times, you want to surprise the other person on a date. But, really try to get some kind of boundaries as to knowing correct footwear, and if you're going to need, a jacket later on or a coat later on, you don't know.
That doesn't scream high maintenance. Like,
I
the
don't
girl's
think
asking all these questions. I'm trying to surprise her with something.
Yeah, I think, to a certain extent, because you just tell them you want to be, clothing prepared so that you're not. Guys don't want to take girls teetering in high heels hiking.
True.
Yeah, they don't. That's not fun for them. And on the flip side, for women, showing too much anything. Pick one body part that you want to emphasize. It's your best body part. Don't show it all and wear something too revealing on that first date. Just be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, there's just that mystery about it that's much more attractive.
Well, especially considering, you want to dress your age, too.
Yes, and age appropriate.
Yeah, because it's not cute if you're a 50-year-old woman with the cleavage. Not cute, right?
And here's another tip. If you are on a dinner date or a seated date, drinks or whatever, remember you're going to be, this is what the person's going to
dress
see.
for your frame,
yes,
right?
Dress for this.
I love that. I'm sure a lot of the listeners are thinking this is all great advice, but I'm on a budget. What do I do? So I want to talk about ways that people can put their best foot forward even if they don't have a lot of money to spend. All right, stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that. Are you new to the dating rat race, or are you tired of it? Well, we just might have some new ideas for you, and we can help you find someone special. So we're discussing how to maximize your first impressions with image consultant Lorianne Robinson. This is Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D on Cool Change Radio.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
We're talking love in the modern world. This is Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539. 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. This show is brought to you by DearMrsD.com. You looking for love in all the wrong places? Get the secrets for finding the love of your life from someone who did. That's me. Whether you need help creating a sexy online profile, getting over first date jitters, or keeping relationships going long-term, Dear Mrs. D has something for you. So visit the website, sign up for the newsletter, get a copy of the D is for Dating ebook, or just contact me and say help, and I'll be there for you. So for those of you just joining us on Cool Change Radio, you can listen to this show again or to hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to bradleyquick.com. There you can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, and once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. Then you can listen at your own convenience and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, and personalities. So we are here today with Lori Ann Robinson. She is an image consultant from LAR Consultants. You can find them online at larconsultants with an S.
Yes, with
.com.
S.
Before the break, we promised that we would talk about how to dress when you have a budget, how to dress to impress still. So I'm sure there are a lot of people at home who are thinking, like, I can't buy a whole new wardrobe. What are some little things that listeners can do to up their look if they only have a little bit of money to spend?
First of all, one of the best things you can do is build yourself a small capsule core wardrobe, good mix and match wardrobe. Have one neutral, whether it be black, brown, navy, beige, whatever, gray, whatever your best neutral is, and put different tops with it, different, if it's a skirt, different sweaters. You can have some basic dresses, some great little, cocktail dinner dresses, and switch out with different cardigans on top of them, colored jewelry. So just have it very tight, keep it just a few key pieces that you can just do a lot of mixing and matching with. Keep them fairly simple in design. So you could add the trend pieces with your jewelry and accessories and maybe some tops. But like skirts and pants, those are your core pieces. And for the men too, a good jacket, blazer, great jeans. Make sure you have really good fitting jeans if you're a jeans wearer and you want to wear that also. And then just, go from there and build on that. But you can start small, but just know how to do that change out. I give tips like this all the time in my newsletter on how to do that. And it's really quite easy once you get the hang of it.
Sure. You talk a lot about people finding people's colors. How is that defined, really?
Your skin tone. You're either warm or cool skin tones.
Okay.
And finding someone's color it's a process, and it's really very interesting because it also works with your hair coloring, your natural hair coloring, your eye coloring, and then your skin. So it's those three things all make up what particular colors are going to be best on you. And it's really important. And I know people poo-poo it and think, that's something from the 80s, but it makes so much sense.
Is that something like, could anyone figure out what their colors are? Or is that something you really need?
You need a professional
to
help you.
Like a psychic.
You need a professional to help you. You can maybe figure out if you're warm or cool, but not every warm or cool color is going to look great on you.
Yeah.
And it's for men too. It's amazing. And my male clients love this aspect, love to know their best colors.
Yeah. Does yellow look good on anyone?
Yes, it does. I'm a yellow wearer. I can wear yellow.
I can't wear yellow.
I know you can't wear yellow. No, we never put yellow on you.
No yellow.
No yellow for you.
No yellow for me. So, okay, making a first impression is about more than just your look, right? What about your body language? Are there things that daters need to keep in mind?
Okay, here's my big tip. No dead fish handshakes, okay?
She brought the prop. I wish I could zoom in on that.
Brought him with me. This is, Scars.
That's an aggressive fish.
This is Scars, the little shark. But he's great white. No dead fish handshakes. That is such a turnoff for both men and women. And guys, we're not going to break if you give us a nice firm handshake. And gals, you don't want to just grab the fingers either. Give a nice firm handshake when you're meeting somebody. Stand up straight. You want to smile and good eye contact. I can't tell you how important good eye contact is. Don't look all over the room for somebody else coming in the door. And that's another big turnoff. That you're looking for the next hot guy or girl coming in the door. Look at your date and be a really good listener. Listen to what they have to say. That's really important.
It's interesting. I feel like a lot of times people don't even really know how they come off, like what their essence is. I did this one exercise once in a class I had in college, and like they were having everyone do kind of act out what you thought everybody else's sort of personality type was. And, they come to Robin, who's very bubbly, and everybody goes, Robin, Robin, Robin. And Mandy, who's kind of easygoing, and it's Mandy. And they said Demona, and everybody went, Demona. And for those of you who are just listening on the radio, I'm crossing my arms.
That's the defensive
Everyone
pose.
did it. And I went,
Ooh.
no, that's not me. But I think it was because I was kind of assessing the situation, but everyone perceived me as being sort of closed off. Once I became aware of it, then I was able to kind of change that. And because that wasn't who I was, but that was how I was presenting. So it's like sometimes you can not be aware of how you're coming off, I think people you almost need to ask someone, a stranger or a friend, to kind of give their impression of what they thought of you the first time you met.
Yeah, that's a great way. And also have them shadow you on a date. Have them, if you don't mind that, have them sit across and, be an eye line and watch you and let you know what you're doing. And a lot of times we do cross our arms and we cross our legs and so forth, and that you're just shutting yourself down. When you start crossing everything, you're shutting yourself off. You want to be more open. So you want that other
they
person.
Can see the true you.
They can see you. You want to be open. So, there's a couple of different things you can do, and having some good feedback is one of the best ways that you will know whether or not you're shutting down or not being as responsive and as happy as you possibly, could be perceived.
Yeah, this all kind of dovetails into a philosophy that I subscribe to with my daters and branding themselves, especially with your online profile. It's all about what is your brand that you're trying to attract people to. So that is also a big part of your business. Can you give an overview of what personal branding really is and talk about how someone can go about discovering their own personal brand?
It's basically how you present yourself and your ideals and how you want people to view you is all part of that personal branding. And if you want to be, say, perceived as a happy-go-lucky person and nothing ever bothers you and everything just rolls off your back, you're the good time gal or guy, and that's a particular brand. Or if you want to be someone that is very well respected and has a place in the community and in the job market, everybody knows you. Your name is everyone just almost bows when they hear your name. Those all part of your branding, and you pretty much stay within those confines of that perception.
Okay, can you have then two different brands, like your dating persona and your work persona? I work with a lot of women that are like powerhouses in the workplace, but
that's not going to work in the dating. That's too
soft
masculine.
And sexy,
it's
right?
not going to work in the dating. So you can have a couple of different, no more than two, because I'm getting a little schizophrenic. But
well, I have this other personality.
Yeah, this other
Her
personality.
name's Sybil.
But you almost need to have, if you're a powerhouse in the workplace, that's going to be more difficult for you to excel in the dating world.
Sure.
So you have to, soften that. You can still demand and have that respect going on, and that's something that's really important, that you maintain that, that you want to have that respect given to you, that there's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to kind of soften that a bit.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing for people to learn when they're used to being in a very different setting for
it's hard to turn it off.
40, 50, 60 hours a week, and then they have to spend 2 hours of being, demure. But let's say that they have successfully done that, but there's someone that they are interested in, maybe meeting in not a date setting, but maybe you're at a bar. How do you, we'll say for women first, how do you when it comes to body language, how do you let someone know that you're interested?
Eye contact.
Yeah.
Eye contact, smile.
All right.
Smile. If you see somebody that you like, smile. You might look away. You might go back and smile at them again, see if they're still looking your way. That's probably one of the best ways. And be open. Don't sit there all scrunched up on the bar stool. that look, doesn't
But I thought that was
open.
sexy, like to be, you like cross your legs. And
Well,
you're all, like,
but
you see
still,
that in
like
all the
turn
magazines,
towards
right?
them. Whenever you turn towards somebody, you're being more
That's
open.
interest. Mm-hmm.
So open up. So don't just scrunch all up. Just open up. So
What if you're
they'll
not
get the message.
interested? Like sometimes
Then you want to scrunch.
people go to a bar and they're like not interested, and some guy bought him a drink and they're like following him around the whole night. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's happened to someone I know.
Yes. Just, thank you. And you could tell them, and turn, you keep your back, be polite. If somebody bought you a drink in this day and age, that drink could be up to like $15, right?
Oh,
For
I
just
know.
that's
That's
a
serious
drink.
stuff.
That's serious stuff. Thank them. Be polite. I don't think you should ever lose your manners and your graciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the guy is creepy and you never want to see him again, but still be gracious about it. And you might just say, listen, I really just want to be alone, and I appreciate that drink, and let them know. Honesty is the best policy.
Totally. These are all really great suggestions. Thank you so much, Lorianne. We are going to talk to you a little bit more after the break, and we're going to do some question and answer where people can call in with their own questions and get their own answers from you. But if you want to learn more about Lorianne, you can go to larconsultants.com. When we come back, Adele Testani of Hurry Date will give us her 2 cents on how to make a lasting love impression online. This segment has been brought to you by JDate's JMag. Read free dating tips and advice from some of the leading experts in the field, including myself. You don't have to be a member of the tribe or a member to get it. JDate.com/JMag.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com.
Don't touch that dial. This is Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
Welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm dating expert Dear Mrs. D, and I have an exciting opportunity to tell you about. On Wednesday, September 19th, I'm going to be doing an exclusive one-night-only webinar called Making Love, Designing a Dating Plan to Find Someone Special. This session will show you what you've been doing that's keeping you from finding the one that you want to be with, and we'll give you a specific roadmap to get on track and meet the person of your dreams. Registration info can be found at facebook.com/Dear Mrs. D. Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, our second guest for today is Adele Testani. Adele is the co-founder and director of Hurry Date, a speed dating company from Spark Networks, a leading global provider of online personal services, including JDate, which I write articles for. Adele is also the director of events for JDate, the leading Jewish singles network. She manages speed dating parties and events and trips to over 15 major U.S. cities. Prior to her current position at Spark, she worked for Young and Rubicon advertising as an associate partner in account management, and she had clients such as Fisher Price, Sony, and AT&T. Welcome to the show, Adele. Great. I'm having a little trouble hearing you, so hold on one second. This. Okay. Okay, I think we have you now. Sorry about that. Much better. Okay. So, Adele, can you explain to our listeners, I've done speed dating before I met my husband, but can you explain to our listeners how exactly it works?
Absolutely. So, speed dating has obviously been in the news and movies and sometimes portrayed a little scarily, but really it's just a party where we know everybody is single and we have a host who will greet you, welcome you, hopefully make you feel comfortable. Everybody gets a number that they're assigned for the night, and you have a little scorecard and a name tag. And everyone writes the number on their name tag. And our host will see you at one of the many tables for two that we have set up in different venues. We have them different bars and lounges. And you will take a seat, and the host will literally blow a whistle every 5 minutes. And you get to talk to that person that's in front of you for just 5 minutes at a time. After you've met them, you decide if you want to see them again. And I always say you don't have to marry them if you say that, yes, you'd like to be in touch again. It's just that you'd like to be in touch for whatever reason, whatever that means to you. At the end of the night, you're going to have a scorecard full of all your yeses and nos for each person that you met. And then we match you up back on our website. And then it's up to you, really, to decide if you want to go on a date that's longer than 5 minutes.
I love that part of it because I know a lot of people can get intimidated, going to a bar, and there's a lot of, we'll say there are a lot of beautiful women, and a guy has trouble sometimes approaching a lady. So to be able to have a great conversation and then just say, well, I like her if she like check yes, check no. It's kind of the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah, it's great because there's no, of course, there can be rejection because the next day he might not have said yes to you, but that night is a really positive experience. Everyone is really nice and friendly and open to meeting everybody, and there's no rejection that night.
Yeah, you don't have to feel bad for being honest. Mm-hmm. So you call Hurry Date a flirting boot camp. What does speed dating have to offer someone who maybe is shy or hasn't been on many dates recently?
Well, I think Hurry Date it tends actually to attract more extroverts, I would say, just because it does sound a little scary maybe at first when you think about, I have to talk to everybody for 5 minutes. What am I going to talk about? But it's actually so great for shy people, especially men, I think, because sometimes there's more pressure on men to make the first move and all that. But you have to talk to everybody there, whether you like it or not. We're going to make you. And truly, you can speak to anybody for 5 minutes.
I was going to say, because I did a speed dating event one time, a long time ago. And there were some dates where I was like, I was watching the clock. Like, what can you do in that situation? I'm pretty chatty, but for some people, it's like death to sit in that 4 minutes and not want to talk to that person anymore. What do you do?
Well, I don't think it is death. I think 4 minutes, you can talk to anybody that's, even if you're not interested in them all, worst case scenario, I have to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to go to the bar and get a drink. But really that never happens. People are talking the whole time. And because you're right, you do know in the first, say, 30 seconds if you have a connection with the person, if there's something you want to learn more. But really just, learning about new things, whatever they have in common. It's not a dating connection, but it's just, it's just conversation. So,
well, what about the opposite? Like, you only have 4 minutes, or you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes?
It kind of varies.
4 or 5 minutes. So, what if you find somebody that you really like and you really want to go out with them again? Is there a way that you can really put your best foot forward, or are there any tips to let that person know, like, put my number down because I want to keep talking to you?
Yeah, I think you don't want to push that, put my number down too much. I wouldn't say to do that, because the beauty of Hurry Date is that it's already set up for that. Everybody is encouraged to go back to our website and log in and say who they liked. And I mean, that's kind of the whole, device and why they're there. So most of the time people do, put who they like. So I would say, and sometimes it's a little easier said than done, that the best advice I can give is try, even though it's only 5 minutes, to have as much of a normal conversation as you can. Try to have it go as naturally as possible. I have seen people who sort of go in there and they start rattling off their resume and all the wonderful points about them and who they are and what they're looking for. And then on the other hand, sometimes they're grilling their date with questions. And the fact remains that in 5 minutes, you are not going to learn everything there is to know about somebody. If there's a few key questions that are super, super important to you, like you definitely, want them, or on the other hand, that you want to tell them, like you have children and you want to put that out there right away, maybe, or certain questions if they smoke or, what have you. Maybe you can pepper in a few of those. But mostly, just try to have a natural conversation. You're just trying to gauge if there's a little bit of a spark, a chemistry, an attraction. Are they fun? Are they actually somebody that you'd like to spend more than 5 minutes with? And like I said, you're not going to learn everything there is to know about them. So just try to have fun and see if it, and on the other hand, you too, you should portray that you'd make a fun date. And it is an enjoyable experience talking to you and getting to know you.
So are there certain topics that you should avoid on a speed date? Like, is the religion and politics argument alive and well here?
Absolutely. And exes and, all that. I mean, the whole idea with, again, it's 5 minutes. You want to keep it positive. Sure. You want to keep it fun. You don't want to, in just 5 minutes, can you imagine, come off as this negative person, complaining about your job, your crappy boss, your ex, and why you're at this speed dating party because he dumped you. And, it's definitely, you want to keep it positive and keep it light and fun. And again, you want to be creating this impression that you make a fun date. You're great to sit at a restaurant or a bar just like this one, but for a longer period of time. So definitely. I mean, in the past, people have said, don't talk about your job and things like that. But I actually disagree with that. We spend a lot of time at our jobs. Some people are really passionate about our jobs, so why not? Let that person know about what you do every day, and vice versa. I want to find out about what that person does. So mostly, just keep it positive is my only real advice on topics.
Now, I'm sure there are some people who would say, well, maybe I'm not as attractive, in first impressions. I'm not physically as attractive as the next guy. So I'm probably not going to do so well speed dating because they're just going to pick Mr. Handsome, or, the girl might say he's just going to pick the girl with the big boobs or whatever. So what would you say to those people to encourage them that speed dating really might be for them and they really can get the results they want?
Well, I think speed dating in that regard is actually a lot better than online dating. Yeah. Because when you're going, and I love online dating, don't get me wrong, we actually have online dating on our site, but when you're doing online dating and you're just clicking through profiles, let's face it, you are looking at their photo. If you do not like their photo, you're going by. Mm-hmm. So if you maybe aren't as attractive, a lot of people may be passing you by, whereas in real life, you have this amazing, sparkling personality, this infectious laugh. The way you carry yourself is really sexy. I mean, men and women, it's, you can tell so much in 5 minutes. And yeah, maybe the guys are saying yes by default to all the good-looking women, but he's also going to say yes to the people that he has chemistry with, and that indescribable sexiness. And the other way around, maybe those really beautiful women are hot guys that are on online dating. Maybe you get in real life and they have a laugh like, or something like that. So you really can't tell until you're right in person with someone. So
I have heard of some people also just like checking yes to everyone, so that if any of them say yes to them, like, yes, it could work. But maybe that's not the best strategy. You want to be a little bit more discerning.
I would say, but you never know. I mean, some people just really do have such a great time at our events that they do connect with people on all of them on some level. I mean, you keep feeling like you have 10 to 15 new friends. So some people do that.
So you have events in 15 different cities. People can find you at hurrydate.com, and the events are organized by age, by religion, by interest?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Every once in a while we'll do some special events, but mostly it's just broken down by age. We have a lot of Jewish parties and that we promote through JDate. And but you can pretty much find, what you're looking for.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us, Adele.
Thanks for having me.
If you have questions about the show, post them to our wall, Dating Expert Dear Mrs. D on Facebook.com/Dear Mrs. D. And while you're there, make sure you like our page too so you can join in the dating conversation. And as I always say, you have to date by numbers. So Hurry Date is a great way to get your dating numbers up and maybe even meet someone special. So thank you so much, Adele, for joining us. You can find out more about their exciting speed dating events at hurrydate.com. Stay put. You're in the right place. When we come back, we'll have Q&A with Lorianne Robinson.
Quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
We'll be back in a moment with more Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Welcome back. Thanks to you for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, Blog Talk Radio, and YouTube. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded shows on YouTube.com/Dear Mrs. D and find clips and tips at DearMrsD.com. You're listening to Cool Change Radio. Now, for those of you watching us live, we have something special for you. We are here again in the studio with Lorianne Robinson of LAR Consultants.
Yes, consultants.
With an S, www.larconsultants.com. But if you have questions about the show, you can post them to our wall. That's Dating Expert Dear Mrs. D, Facebook.com/Dear Mrs. D. Or you can give us a call now. The number, I'll say it slowly. I was told I've said it too fast before. 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. And you can also post on live chat if you're watching us live. So we did get one question earlier from live chat. Somebody said, if you happen to show up to a date wearing the same colors as the person you're dating, is that a good sign? Is there such a thing as a good sign? Lorianne, what do you think about that?
I think that is. I think that's kismet.
What if you have the same colors?
Yes, it's an icebreaker. Think about how great that is. You can laugh about it. And again, don't take it too seriously. Don't get all upset about it. I think it's fun and laugh, and great minds think alike. I think it's rather charming, and that's a story you can tell. And if you end up getting married, tell it at the wedding.
As long as you're not wearing the same dress, it's okay.
Yes, right? As long as he's not wearing a dress and you're not wearing yours, you're okay.
Okay, so I have a question for you. This is actually one of my clients I was speaking to over the weekend, she had a date. She has no idea I'm asking this question, so I won't use her name to further embarrass her. But she had a date, and it was hot, like what, this weekend. So she had a date that was like an afternoon date. She didn't know what they were doing, which I've now heard is kind of the question number one that you want to ask. But she wanted to wear shorts and like a little tee. And this was her third date with the person. And I advised her, I said, just go put on a little sundress. Like, be a little flirty. It's hot, but like wear a little dress. Like, he wants to see you sexy. And she was just like, no, I'm not comfortable. I don't really have the right sundress. I just want to wear shorts. I don't know what she ended up wearing, but we kind of butted heads. We got to an impasse there. So what would you say to her? It's a hot day. She doesn't know what she's doing for the date, and she really wants to wear shorts on the third date. Go, Lorianne.
Oh, boy. That's and it depends what type of shorts she was wearing.
And you can tell me I'm wrong, by the way.
I agree with you on the sundress. Men love women in dresses. It's something that, they're so used to seeing women in pants, and they're not used to seeing women in dresses as much as they are women in jeans and pants and shorts. So I agree with you. I like the sundress idea. But if she was insistent on wearing the shorts, I would make sure that they're really cute shorts. Her legs are in good shape.
She has great legs.
Great legs. Okay.
When she watches the show.
And then covers up. I know it was hot. It was really hot. But at least something that, if you're going to show one body part off, she's going to show her legs off, then maybe something that was a little more covering on her top, even if it was something very lightweight opened up over top of the tank.
Okay, fair enough. So we also got an email question in. This is from Megan from Vermont. Megan says she has rosacea, and it's the first thing that anyone notices about her. There's not much that she can do about it, but she keeps trying. So do you have any tips for Megan or for anyone else that maybe has a physical thing that they're dealing with that presents for them before they even open their mouth?
That's a problem. And
Yeah.
I suffer from rosacea myself. And
wow.
I have to be careful eating spicy food or alcohol because it shows up right on my face.
Wow.
So was it Megan? I feel for you, Megan.
Wow.
I understand what you're going through. There are great makeups out there right now that are camouflaging that you can work with, and check them out online and really do your research online, that they're opaque enough that redness isn't going to show through. And also there's color corrector that you can wear under makeup that's going to help bring down that redness, and other products that you can put on your face that, not makeup wise, but in the evening or in the daytime, that go under your moisturizer that can help calm down that redness. But there's so many products out there right now for every type of skin problem. And do your research and find somebody that maybe in your area that knows about these products, but it's somebody at the dermatology office,
Right.
or even certain makeup counters and so forth can help you with this.
Well, what if it's a problem that's not coverable? Like,
Coverable.
I was talking with someone earlier that went on a date with someone who, I believe they were missing an arm, and they met online. He didn't mention to her that he had this disability, and so there's kind of two sides, I guess, to this conversation. It's like, do you tell people and risk them turning you away when they haven't even really given you a chance and gotten to know you? Or do you tell them up front just so that they know when they come to the date what they're getting and aren't surprised?
I think that element of surprise might be a little difficult, could really throw you, and it could just throw the whole date. I would prefer, if it were me, to know ahead of time. And what would you say? Would you agree to know ahead of time?
I would say, not in your first conversation with them. Like if you're talking online, I would say you want to do just be yourself, and then when you're going to meet, say, "Oh, by the way, just wanted you to know so that you weren't surprised when you came to the date."
Exactly. And don't
And
make a,
if
you know,
they
real
cancel
big
at
deal.
that point, then it's like,
well,
then that wasn't the right person anyway.
Then that's
right?
not the person for you. If you have any type of disability, whatever it is, I think it's important to let that person know. And if they're a great, wonderful person that's not going to bother them, or they're not going to think twice about it, then that could be, the one for you.
Yeah. Okay, we have a question also from Pete from Ohio. This, I'm sure a lot of our male listeners will relate to. He says, I'm on the short side of the spectrum, and I get a lot of girls who say that they want a guy who's taller than them. And I have a lot of female clients, just strangely, I'm so short myself, I don't even really think about it, but I have a lot of clients that are actually, 5'8", women that are 5'8" and higher, and they don't want to date a shorter guy, or they tell me they don't want to date a shorter guy. But he has a great personality, he says. So what's a good way to slip by that awful first impression of looks, he says. What can he do? He's short, but he's got a great personality, he's funny and
I think the personality should just, a tall guy can be a big, dump on a log, he just he could just be nothing, and with no personality, and just because he's tall. But if this guy is vertically challenged, I'm vertically challenged myself too, and he's got a wonderful personality, and just let that shine through. But here's some dressing tips for you. Dress all monochromatically in one color, okay? And it doesn't have to be spot on the exact matching, but if you're going to wear different shades of the same color, like all in browns or blacks, or
Is this for men and women that are shorter?
That will make you look instantly taller. And then anything with a vertical stripe. So vertical stripes will help also.
Yeah, horizontal stripes.
Yeah, horizontal is not our friend. Vertical stripes, and make sure your clothes fit. The problem with a lot of the smaller men, it's if the clothes are too overwhelming for them and they're not fit and tailored correctly. So you need to make sure that you tailor your clothing, because that'll instantly make you look taller. And don't go for the lifts and the boots and the cowboy kind of look with that big chunky heel. Don't even try it. Women are going to run for the hills on that.
My dad is I don't know if he's listening right now, but he's like 5'2". He would tell you he's taller, but he's like 5'2". And he actually wore platforms to my parents' wedding.
He did?
Yeah. My mom's like an inch taller, and that was too much. But what about women, though? Because I like I said, I do have a lot of female clients that happen to be tall, and they feel like, because what do they wear? If they wear heels, if they're 5'9" and they wear heels, suddenly they're like 6 feet, and there's like 3 guys in the bar taller than them. What do they do?
Some guys, it doesn't matter. They don't mind if it's a taller woman, and some of them like that. Yeah, some of them like that, and some of the women like shorter men. And it's a personal preference, and I don't think you're not going to go take off your shoes in the middle of the bar and try to hide your height. You might perhaps, when you are in that scenario, not wear your 5 or 6 inch heels. Maybe wear something a little bit,
that
lower.
That sounds like pain to me.
Yeah, I know. And it's always the tall girls that like to really. I have tall heels. I have nieces that are all in the 6 foot range, 6'2". So I understand the tall girl plight, and they all like flats. They love to wear flats. So
I love to wear flats too, but they don't love to wear me.
Right.
So, speaking of shoes, one last quick question. We have Randy from LA. He says, for him, sandals are a total turnoff. What's your feeling about flip-flops for a guy or for a girl?
No. Unless you're going to the beach, but that is not a good look on even the first date. It depends where you're going, but here's my point on the sandals. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you've got to take care of your feet. Nothing is a bigger turnoff than gnarly toes and gnarly dirty feet and calluses and all of that. You need to manicure your feet and make sure that if you're going to wear those types of shoes that they look good. Men really notice yucky feet and vice versa.
Well, that's an interesting note for us to end on. But we also learned we want to smile.
Smile.
Put
Good
our
eye
best
contact.
foot forward. Yes, and press your clothes. That's what stuck with me. Again, I'd like to give a big thanks to Fred Siegel and to our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. And of course, I'd like to give a huge thanks to our guest, image and personal branding consultant, Lorianne Robinson. You can find her online at larconsultants.com. And also Hurry Date director and co-founder, Adele Testani. You guys have both helped thousands of people get their first impressions right. So here's to helping thousands more. This show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions, Dear Mrs. D Productions, and has been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Cool Change Radio is your home for self-improvement. I'm Dear Mrs. D, and remember, you can catch us anytime on youtube.com/Dear Mrs. D, and on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com. We're off next Friday for Labor Day, but you can hear me as a guest on Playboy Radio, Sirius Channel 102 on Labor Day at 1 p.m. And then we'll see you back here the following Friday on Cool Change Radio at 2 p.m. for more Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D. Thank you.